Hi everyone. So in this particular session, we are going to see how to develop a IP project. So we will develop an IP project based on student details. So I have a student details over here. Let me show that student details over here. Like we have name, gender, class and IP marks. Okay. So we have the roll number of the student 1, name is Neba, gender is female, class 12E and IP 98. So similarly to Ganga, female 12E and IP marks is 99 and so on the details we have. These student details, what we will do is we are going to keep this in a CSV file. If you don't know CSV file, don't worry about the CSV file. So what exactly we are going to do with this particular student details? So we can able to add a record in this and we can able to delete a row or record from this particular student details. So we can add or delete, or we can be able to display the student details, or we can search based upon the roll number. So we want to search the student, and that also we are going to see. After this, what we will do is we can able to change IP marks. Okay, we can, let us say I want to change the Roshan IP marks to 35, and I can able to change the class. So after changing all these things, after adding deletion rows and after changing all these things, what I can do is I can able to store it back in the CSV file. Okay, so I can store it back. So I can able to import the CSV file and I can able to change the data. Then I can able to store it back in the CSV file. Not only this, we can able to develop a graph. Okay, we are going to see here bar graph and histogram we are going to see based upon the IP marks. So let us start with the session. So let us go to the spider here. So this is going to be very lengthy session. So bear with me, and whenever you want, like you pause it and you can in parallel you can develop the code. Whatever I am going to type it over here. See, I'm going to tell you in a very simple and straight way. Okay. So this particular session is very lengthy session. Maybe let us see how it's going to go. So let us import pandas as PD. So why we are going to import these pandas? So the Viva question, why we need these pandas? So we are going to use data frame question. Okay, we are going to use data frame. We are going to use data frame. So that's why we need pandas over here. So then we will import. We are going to import matplot lib.pyplot as PLT. Okay. So matplot lib. Why we need to import this one? So already we have covered in detail about the pandas. You can go and check the videos. So this matplot lib.pyplot is used to draw the graphs. Okay. So then we are going to import time. So this I will tell you later why we need this time. Import time. Okay. So once we have done this one, okay. So there is no error in this. So let me minimize this. Let me minimize I will go back to the file explorer. So I'll make sure I will go to the C drive. Okay. I'll go to the C drive. Then I will create a new folder. So let us create a new folder. So that I will give the name as school. Okay. School, or I will give my name or your name, whatever you feel. But you need to remember this particular directory name that we are going to give. So let us take a name called IIS. So I will change here IIS. So let me Ideal Indian School. The name of this particular school is Ideal Indian School. So I have kept here IIS. So I will double click this one. So I'll make sure where I have created under C drive, I have created this Ideal Indian School folder, IIS folder. Okay. Now once we have created this particular IIS folder, as you can see C drive IIS. So we made sure that under C drive IIS directory is there. So under this particular IIS directory, nothing is there. Let us create a CSV file. So let me minimize this and let me open my student details here. So based upon these particular details, I am going to develop a CSV file over here. So this is the CSV file already that I have written over here. So you can see roll number, name, gender, class, IP. Try to give the same type of information that I have here. So you can see here roll number, name, gender, class, IP. So these are the headings and we have the roll number here. So 1 to 10 and the same data you can able to take. So what we have here is, what is the CSV file? The CSV file is separated by comma. So you can see roll number, name, comma, name, comma, gender, comma. So the CSV file, the data is separated by comma. That's why it is a comma separated value. That is CSV file. Fine. So once we have done with this, like see 1 NEBA F12E. So you can see this one NEBA F12E98. So we have given the same row over here, but I have given what? Comma in between. So last one, there is no comma over here. Okay. So similarly, second row. So I have added. So make sure that you create this particular CSV file. Then what you can do is you can save. So we need to save as. I will go like save as. Then we have, what is the directory we created? C drive IIS. So I will go to this particular IIS directory. So make sure that C drive IIS. So I need to make sure I have to give all files. Then I will give this file name as double quotes. Within the double quotes, I have to give student.csv. So make sure you give this student.csv under the double quotes only. Fine. I am stressing this because we need to make sure it should not be a text file. We should not store it as a text file. We should store it as a CSV file. So you should not say text document. You should say all files. So then it's going to save it as a CSV file. Let us save this one. Now we have saved. Minimize this one. Minimize this particular image. Then we will go to directory, file explorer. So in this file explorer, you can able to see here student.csv file has been created. Let me go to the notepad. I'll close that notepad. Okay. I'll close all other things so that I should not get confused with the things. Let me close this also. Okay. Let me go to the file explorer. I'll open this one. So I am able to see this one. So make sure, see the type here, CSV file should be there. Right click. So let us go to the properties and you can see CSV file. Fine. Now once we have done this one, let me come to my spider, and if you remember what we have done is we have typed this particular import pandas as PD. So three import statements we have done. So once we have done, we'll just import and we will display that particular CSV file over here by using data frame. So how can we do that one? So I can say here data frame df, that is a variable df is equal to, I can say pd dot read CSV. So let me give the path. So path, if you remember, C drive /IIS / then we have student.csv. So let us hope there is no error in this. Let me print the df. Okay. So let us run this one and check. Okay. Yes, we can able to see the complete data frame over here, and we have successfully imported our CSV file to this one. So once we have done this one, we will make sure that the roll number should be the index. Okay. Now by default, we have a labeled index. We have a positional index 0 to 9, right? So we'll get rid of this one. Okay. 0 to 9 is there. So we'll get rid of this particular thing. So how to do that one is, let me write here df dot set underscore index. So then I will do what? I need to make roll number as my index. Okay. So in place equal to true. So this in place equal to true will make sure that we are going to make this roll number as a index. Okay. So let me run this one and check. So you can see here, now you can see name, gender, IP, this roll number has become the index. So we got rid of this, the old index over here. So now this is my labeled index now. Roll number is the labeled index, but internally it will be there. Positional index 0 to 9 will be there, but we will not consider that now. Okay. So for time being, we'll forget. So we have a labeled index, a roll number, name, gender, class, IP. So let us start with the things. Now once we have done that one, so what I will do is I will remove this df, print df I will remove. So I'll keep this in the beginning. So what we have, 5 statements we created, fine. Now let us create a menu, okay. So let us create a menu. So let me create, what I will do is, let me say here, print. So I will say here, okay. The same thing, I'll copy paste down. So then I will use another print. So why we need this, I'll tell you. Print. So let me write here student details. So let me have this particular operator, OR operator we are using here now. I will use 2 OR operator, okay. Then I will say here in between, I will say student details. Student details. Let me, yeah, it's okay. At the end, I will say here, again I will use OR operator here. So double quotes, and we are going to end this. Fine. Let me close this. Let me run this one now. Okay. Let me have an error over here and give space. Fine. So now I'll close this also. No need this. Okay. I have removed. Let me run this one now. Okay. And you can see what we got. Student details headings we got. So then what we will do is we will display our print statement here. Print df. Okay. So if we say display print df, let me run this and check what happens. Now we got this particular data frame. Okay. So once we got the data frame, let me close this. Okay. Let us run this. So we got this particular line. So what we are doing is we are making sure that how our data frame look like when we display. Okay. So let me get rid of this. I don't think I require this. Fine. So let me run this. So we have student details. Fine. So no issue with any of the things. Now what I will do is, now when I run this one, like it's going to display the student details. Fine. Now I will make sure I will keep this under one function. So if you don't know what is a function, let me tell you what is a function. Define, I will say menu. Okay. Open and close parenthesis, and I have here. Now I will give one tab space in between. Okay. Let me keep this one here. Tab space. Fine. Now, so what for this particular statements, we have how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 statements. I have given one name called menu. Okay. So I will call this menu here. Okay. So this will not be executed until unless, let me close this. Let me remove this one. Now if I run this one, nothing will be displayed. So let me close the console. Okay, let me show you what I mean to say. Let me run this one. See, nothing is displayed over here, even though we have given print statement. Why? Because we have, for these 5 statements, we have given one name called menu. So I need to call menu in order to execute these statements. Okay. So this is called a function. We have written a method. So this particular method will be executed only if I call this one. See this one, this will not be executed. This one will not be executed until unless say if I say menu. Menu means it will come here, it will execute this statement, it will come back here. So let me run this one. I'll show you. Now we got it, right? So let me again another time I will execute, and you can see first time menu is going to call this particular method. So it's going to print. Next time I will call this menu, again it's going to print. So that means how many times the data frame will be printed? 2 times. So let me run this one. So you can see, let me close the console, okay? And I'll demonstrate that. So let me run this one. You can see first time data frame is printed, next time the data frame is printed. Fine. Now if I say 3 times, so this particular menu will be executed only if we call. So let me remove this now, okay? Now we are making sure that this menu is working properly. I don't think I need this much space. I need, okay, let me keep it here. So it should look proper. So let me run. So nothing is going to be, let me close the console. Let me run this now. Nothing will be there. Fine. Because we need to call this in order to execute. Okay. Now we have done one function. So we made sure that it's working. Fine. So let us have a menu. Okay. Now this is a menu we said, it's displaying data frame. So let us change this to a display. Okay. Let us change this to a display. So if we change this to a display, nothing will be there. Let us call this particular display method now. We change the name to menu to display. So let me run this one, and you can see we got the data frame. So one time we are just saying display, and the display, it will come here, it will execute from this part. Fine. Now let me close this one. Okay. Now let us have another menu, def menu. Okay. Another function that is by name menu. So let us write the things. So let me copy from here these things. I'll tell you why. Let me remove this data frame. We don't need this. Now what I will do is I'll use print here. Okay. So then I will say here first one, let us say display student, display students, display students. Fine. Now next one, similarly I will have menu here. Let me copy all this, the same thing. Let me copy this, paste over here, 1, 2, 3. We need 9 statements like this. Okay, just bear with me. So we have 1, we have 2, we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Now display student, the first one. The second one is add new student. Add new student. Fine. Then third one, delete student. Delete student. Then fourth one, we are going to type modify IP marks. Okay. Then I will say modify class. Modify class. So I'm designing a menu. Actually, I'm designing a menu. Okay. So I'll tell you what exactly this is. Then what we had, display modify class over. Then we have search a student. We are going to search the student. Then we have next one is let us say now if we press 7, it should show bar graph. Bar graph. Okay. For IP marks actually. Okay. Show histogram. Histogram. Okay. Next, what I will do is I will take another one, print 9. Okay. Print 9. So I will say what? Save. Very important. We want to save. We want to export to the CSV file, the data frame. So next I will add another one here. Okay. Before this I will add another one, print statement. So what I will do is I will say here 0 and I will say here exit. Exit. Okay. Now what I will do is once I have done this one, now if I run, let me close the console so that we should not get confused. Let me have here like this. Let me run this now. Nothing will be there. Why? Because even though we have written so much of code, it's not going to execute. Why? because this is under one name called display. Until if I say display, it will not be called. So similarly menu, we have this much of code, it's not going to be displayed over here, it's not going to be executed until if I say menu. Now I will say here menu. I have to give the same spelling, okay. Now let me run this one, menu, and you can see we got the menu here, student details, fine. 0, exit, 1, display student, add new student, delete student. So all these things, whatever we have given you over here, we got this one. So now let us move to the next one, how exactly we can use these and we can create a menu. So we created a menu, how we can able to call successfully. What I will do here is, now I will say here answer equal to, okay, int. So I will use a input box, input, okay, enter your choice, enter your choice, enter your choice, okay, fine. So let me run this one now. What is going to happen? Let me close the console and let us run, and you can see it has displayed. Let me keep it here, little bit here. So student details, so we'll adjust this one, okay. You can adjust, you can do certain formatting over here, fine. So you can see enter your choice. If I press 0 here, then it should exit, okay. Now when I say 1, it should display student. So we are going to develop a while loop for that. So what I will do is, I will say here, before this, what I will do, I will say while true, Now within this while loop, I am going to create, while loop means what? It's going to repeat. It's going to, it's like a for loop. It's going to repeat this particular statements, okay. Now while true, so we have given unconditional. So it will be repeating many times. So what I will do is, inside this one, if answer equal to 0, if you press 0, okay, it should exit from our project. If answer equal to 0, so I need to set double equal to 0. So it should say what? I will say here print, so I'll say by, then I will exit. So I will, to exit from the loop, while loop, what I will do? I will say break here, okay. So once I have typed that one, now if, what we set 0 for exit, so we return the code for exit. Similarly, we need to write the code for all these things, okay. Now we have done that one. Now display student, one is what? Is display student. So I will say elif, if answer equal to 1, okay, if answer is 1, suppose the choice, the student, the user enters choice 1. So what we are going to do? We need to display the student. So for that we have already written the code. If you see here, display the data frame, it's there here, fine. So let me keep it this one here, okay. So already we have written the code for that. So what I will do is, I will call that particular method. What is the method name? Display. So let us call display, okay. Okay. Now let us run this one, okay. So what is going to happen? Now this will not be executed. Once we run, this will not be executed. So we are reading the CSV file here. We know this one. Then after doing these two statements, so after executing these two statements, what it is going to do is, it's going to jump here. It's going to execute here. It's not going to execute this display and menu. Why? Because these are the methods. So it will come here. Now we are calling menu. So menu, this particular method will be executed. That means it's going to show this particular student details, like the options is going to show. So once we have done that one, it's going to ask the choice. So choice, it will ask, what is your choice? If you press 0, it will exit. Let us say if you press 1. So what it happens is, if we press 1, it's going to execute the display method. So the display method is over here. So it's going to execute this particular display method. That means what it does, it's going to display the data frame. Then it will come back over here, okay. It will come back over here. After coming back, it will come here to the while loop again it will display the menu, then it will ask the choice. If the answer is, again if the answer is 1, it's going to display, then it will go back, okay, until the answer is 0. If answer is 0, that means if your choice is 0, then it will break, it will say bye. So let me run this and I will demonstrate what exactly it means. Let me close the console and let me run this one. Okay. Now we need to press exit to 0. Now we will not press 0 now. First what we will do is we will press 1. So I will enter here, and if I enter 1, so what happened? You see this one. If I enter here 1, so it's going to display the student details. Then after that it has shown the student details. Again it's going to enter the choice. Again if I press 1, so it's going to display the data frame, fine. Then it's going to display the menu again. So if this will be repeating. Now if I press 0 here, it will exit. Now what I will do is, let me go to the display method. So it is actually, let me here, I will say here A is equal to input, enter, press enter to continue, okay. So actually we will prompt the user to press the enter button, okay. Actually just to stop at this particular point. After displaying, it should stop. The execution should stop. So let me run this one. Let me save this. So please make sure save this as project. Okay, project 1, 2, 3 I will say. Now let me run this one. Let me close the console, and so what we have done, under the display method we have added one input function. Why we have added input function, I will demonstrate. So let me run. If I run this one, it should show this menu first, okay. Now you can see if I run this one, it is asking me the choice, what exactly you want to do. So if I say the choice, if I say display, let me enter 1. So what happened? I have entered 1. Now it has displayed the student details. What happened? So I have entered 1 here. Just see the left side here. So I have entered the choice 1. Answer is 1. So answer is 0? No, we have pressed 1, right? So this will be executed. So display will be executed. So it will come here to the display method. It will start executing this one. Then it will stop here, okay, because we have given the input. So what it says, press enter to continue. So if I press enter to continue, it will come back to this particular point. It will go back again. Again, it's going to display the menu. Fine. Then again, the process continues. So let me run this one. Let me press enter. Now you can see we got the menu because we said menu here in the loop. Then again, what is going to happen is we are asking the choice, to enter the choice. Let me say again 1. If I say 1, what happens is again the answer is 1. So if answer is 1, what is that? Display. So it will go back to this display and it will display this. So let me run, let me enter now, and you can see it has displayed. Again, what it does, press enter to continue. Now I will press enter now. I have entered. Now once we have entered, it will come here, okay, where we have left here. So again it will come back, it will display the menu, again it will ask the choice. Now this will be it will continue until we press 0. If we press 0, what happens is, then the answer is 0, right? The answer is 0. Is 0 equal to 0? Yes. It should say bye and it should break. It should stop executing. Now I will press enter after pressing 0. Now you can see it said bye and it stopped. Now hope you have understood till this particular point. So what we have done is we have written 2 methods. So these methods will be called in a loop, okay. This loop will be repeating until you press 0. So this particular menu, okay, this particular menu, let me change the student details, right? So like student details, let us say menu, student details menu, okay. So I can say here student details menu, fine. Okay, let me close the console, fine. Let me run this one and check. Yeah, student details menu. I will press 0. So I don't want to check anything now, 0. Now hope you have understood exit method and display students, fine. Now let us add a new student. So how to add a new student to the data frame? See, what we are doing is we are reading in a data frame. We are reading the data frame from the CSV file, the student.csv file that is there, right? So this data frame, we are going to add a new row, okay? So let me run this again. Let me run this again and let us press 1 and you can see we have student details. Let me add one row called 11. After this, we will add one 11. Okay, let me press enter, then 0, then why 0? Because we need to exit, then press enter. Now we need to add what? See, if we go up here, we need to add name, gender, class, IP. So we need to add this. So let us write add method for this, okay? So we write def add, okay, method. So let us, so what is add method? So we need roll number, right? We need to ask what is the roll number to be inserted, right? So let me write here int of input. We are going to ask the input the number, fine. Input, enter roll number, enter roll number, fine. So once we have done that, next we need what? Next name we need. So let us say name. I need to give this in double quote. That's why it is error. Okay. The name is equal to input enter name. Okay. So we'll ask the user to enter all the details. That's what basically I'm doing it. Okay. So I have not written, I'm not just copy pasting. I'm trying to help you out by demonstrating the live I'm recording so that you can see over and you can learn from this. Now name is over, then we had what? Gender. Let me copy all these things. Let me copy this is for gender, then this is for my class, and I need IP marks. Sorry, Control Z. Let me copy this. Okay. So input enter name. Next is what? I will say enter gender, then enter class. I need to change here. So this is gender, my gender variable, and this is my class variable, and roll number. Instead of this roll number, whatever we have, IP marks. So this should be int input enter IP marks, we'll say. Okay. So once we have done that one, we are asking the user to enter the details. Okay. Once we have done, so what we will do is, so we will create a row. Okay. Row is equal to, so we will say roll number. So we'll create a list of this particular detail. Just now we have asked the user to enter, right? So these things we are going to make a list of that. Fine. Gender, then we have class. Okay, copy this properly. Okay. Then we have IP. Okay. Now we made a row. That is, we made actually a list. This is a list. So once we have done the list, so what I will do is how to add a row. Okay. I have done a complete detailed video. So let me write here df dot lock of. Now I need to say here what? Roll number. So I need to say here, this is my position labeled index, right? So let us say user has entered 11. So 11, then we are going to give the details here, roll number. Now I don't have to give the roll number here, okay? Because I need name, gender, because roll number is what? Index. So I should not give roll number here. df dot lock of roll number. This is how to add a row in the data frame. So if you have not watched the video, you can watch that. So just say you need to say df dot lock of roll number is equal to row. This is a row. Okay. That means what? Row means what? Name, gender, class, IP. That will come over here. So whatever the user has entered, that will come over here. Okay. So let me, after this, what I will do is, I will say print, I will say here print df. print, not sorry, I will not print the df. I will say here what, row, comma, double quotes, has been added. So has been added. Okay. So we'll just display a message. Once it has been added to the data frame, we'll display a message called that has been added. Fine. So let me, once we have done that one, so what I will do is I will copy this one statement. If you remember, we have done here, press enter to continue. Okay. So press enter to continue. So what we have done here, we have asked the user to enter all the details, that is roll number, name, gender, class, IP. So we made a list of name, gender, class, IP. Then df.log of roll number is equal to row. So roll number, the new roll number is equal to the row. Okay. So then what we have done is we have press enter to continue, we said. Fine. So it should add the data to the data frame. So let me close the console and see, this will not be executed. Why this will not be executed? Because we are not calling this. This is a method, as you said. As I said, this is a method, add method will not be executed automatically. We need to explicitly, we need to call. So what is the option we have given here to add a new student? Option is 2. Fine. So what I will do here is I will say here, I'll copy this, I'll paste over here, and you can say LF answer is equal to 2. We need to call which method now? Add method. So the add method just now we added over here, so that will be called. So let me run now. Hope everything is okay and there should be no error. Let me run this. Now enter your choice. Let me display first. Okay. I'm not going to add first. First let me display students. Yes, first one, first choice. So it's going to display the students. You can see that we till now we didn't add. Now let me enter this one. Now once we entered, now let us say the choice as add a new student. Will not exit. Okay. We'll add a new student. So let us 2 I will enter, add a new student. Now see this, enter roll number it is telling, because we are adding new student now. Now the roll number, let us keep it as 11 and name we keep it as, so we have to give here colon. Fine. Anyway, I will correct that one. Name, let us take my name. Okay. For simplicity, Rizwan, and enter gender. Let me keep it as male. Class, let me keep it as 12F something, and IP mark, let us keep 100. Fine. So let me enter this one. Okay. Once I have entered, so what it is telling? Has been added, it is telling. The Rizwan M12F 100 has been added. Press enter to continue. Let me enter. Now what happens? I got this particular menu. Okay. So after adding, what it does? After adding, it will come back here and it will display the menu. So let me see now whether it has been added to the data frame or not. So let us display the student. Okay. 1. Choice is 1. So if I say enter 1, so what happened? You can see here 11 Rizwan has been added to our data frame. So it is there in the data frame now. Fine. So in this way, we can able to add to the data frame. So we have done successfully added to the data frame. So let us go to the next one. We need to delete. Okay. So let me run this one. What I mean to say is, let me say 1. So it's going to display now. So we didn't save. Fine. We didn't save. That's why that Rizwan has not been added over here. We have to press save. So that we will see later. Okay. Now what I will do is I want to delete. Let us say Zubair 10th one I want to delete. Press enter to continue. Now enter your choice 0. Okay. Exit. So we are exiting. Now I told you like gender, we need to have a colon here. So let me enter colon over here for the add method. So let me enter here colon, then has been added. Press enter to continue. Let me keep one dot here. Fine. Now we are good with the add method now. So we rectified the error that we made. So let us do the next one. Now deletion. Okay. Now we want to delete this. So how to delete? So let us again, we will have a new method called define delete. Okay. I am going to say delete method colon. Now I'm going to have a delete method. So for delete method, I need to ask the roll number. So let me copy this roll number to enter the roll number that I want to delete. Fine. So that I have done. Then now let me fetch out the value. Row is equal to, how to fetch out the value? Df dot lock of, I'll say roll number. Now if I say this one, what happens is, it's going to take out the roll number. I mean, it is going to say, for example, this one lock of roll number. If suppose if I enter 10, the roll number is 10. Df of lock of roll number. Lock of roll number of 10 is what? This Zubair M12F will be there in the row. This is just for our reference. This we have done now. Now next is, once we have done, we need to delete the row, right, with the roll number. So I will use df dot drop method. If you remember, we have done in the previous sessions drop method. So I will say here df dot drop, I need to say roll number. Fine. I will say here roll number, the index I want to drop. So drop method, we need to provide the index. So once we have done with the index, then what we will do is, I need to say, I don't have to say axis equal to 0. By default it will take. That means we are deleting a row. Axis is 1, we are deleting a column actually. Okay, if it is axis is 1. So then I have to say what? In place equal to true. That means I am making sure that I'm going to delete a row. So in place equal to true. So any error here? I don't think so. So let me go here to the next one. So then I have to say here what? Let me copy this from the add and display here. Okay. Row has been deleted, I have to say. Okay. Once it is deleted, I will display a message called row has been deleted. The row, that means we have, whatever the row we have taken, that means Zubair M12F, that will come over, right? So that has been deleted. Then press enter to continue. So we have written the code for delete method. Fine. So then let us add that. Let us call this, because it's not going to be called automatically. So we need to do what? We need to call this. So what I will do is, if choice is 3, okay, choice 3 is what? Deletion. So if choice is 3, I will call what? Delete method. So delete method has been called. Now we are done with the code. Let us run this one and check. See, we have one by one we are adding the code. Okay, let us run this one now. Let me close the console. Let me run. Okay, so enter your choice. So let us say if I enter the choice 1, okay, so we get this particular details. Fine. Press enter to continue. So we will delete this Zubair. Fine. Enter to continue. Now we will press what? 3 delete student. So we will say 3 delete student. So enter the roll number to be deleted, right? So let us enter 10. Okay. So we are deleting what? We are using this delete student option. So enter the roll number. It has been asked. Enter the roll number. So if we do this one, it's going to delete. Now you can see roll number 10 Zubair M12F has been deleted. It's telling the message. Okay. Press enter to continue. Let us see whether it has been done it in the data frame or not. Press enter to continue. And how to, now we got the menu. Now let us see how to, let us display the data frame. So I will say choice is 1 now. So if I press 1, and you can see we have successfully deleted 10th Zubair, right? The roll number 10 has been deleted. Okay. Press enter to continue. Then I will press 0 here to exit. Fine. Now we are sure that addition is done, deletion has been done. Now what I will do is I will just modify the IP mark. So same modify class is same as modify IP mark. So I'm not going to do modify class, you need to do it. So let us do the modify IP marks. Fine. So for that, what I will do is, see this one. Let us say I want to modify for roll number 5, I want to, instead of 50, I want to give 100. Okay, 5th row in, for 50, it should be 100. So what I will do? I will do here define modify what? Modify underscore, I will say I need to modify IP marks. Okay. that I will say. Now I have done this one. So you can see modify opening and closing parenthesis and colon. Now I am going to write the code for this. So for whom I need to modify, copy the roll number. Okay. We need to ask, enter the roll number to be modified. So once we have done, I need to ask the IP marks to be changed, correct? So if you remember, we have done here IP in the add method. I will copy this so that I don't have to write again. So enter the new IP marks, I will say. Okay, new IP marks. So that we have done. Then how to change? So the same way df.lock method, I need to provide in the lock method. What I will do is I will say here roll number. Then I need to, in the bracket, I need to say IP. See, the roll number I want to change and the IP marks I want to change it. So the roll number, let us say, what is the roll number? Let us say 5 I will enter, 5 and IP. So that means this, for this row in this 150, I am going to change. What is the marks, new marks? I will say here IP, this is the one. So instead of this one, like I will say here marks. So if you are getting confused with this IP and this IP, I will say marks. So what is happening? I am asking the user to enter the marks. So that marks I am going to assign. Where I am assigning, let us assume the roll number that we have entered is 5. So that means 5 comma IP. So 5 comma IP, that means instead of 50, the marks whatever we have entered over here, let us assume that we have entered 100, so that will be assigned. So let me explain again. We are asking the roll number, let us assume 5. We are asking the marks, that is 100. So that means roll number is 5 and marks is 100. So 5 IP, that means for this particular position, the 100 will be assigned. So once we have done that one, let us display the message print modified successfully. Fine. We need to display these messages so that we should understand that this particular the code has reached particular this place. Okay. So next another print. I will say, I will ask, press enter to continue. Okay, that we have used. Fine. So let me save this. In between, keep saving this one. Now we have, I hope this will work properly. Now once I have done this one, you know what to do, right? We need to add menu. So that is, what is the menu number? See this one, menu number. What is the menu number? 4. Modify IP marks. So let me copy this. If answer is 4, then we are going to copy this modify IP. Let me copy this particular thing here. Okay. Modify IP. So I am calling this particular method. So let us see whether, let me close this console and I will run this one. Okay. What we have done, we have to modify the IP marks. Let me run this one. First, make sure display this one. Okay. Everything is okay. Fine. We got the data frame. The data frame is here. Now let us enter. Then let us say modify IP marks. So that is option 4. So let us say option 4. Then enter the roll number. So roll number I said what? 5. We'll enter 5. Fine. The existing roll number we are making sure that existing roll number 5. Enter the new IP marks 100. Fine. 100. So what has done? What it modified successfully? Press enter to continue. Let me press enter. Then how to make sure that it has been changed successfully? We need to display. So let us press 1 and check, and you can see 5 Ronin, it has been successfully changed. Fine. So we have done the modify IP. Similarly, for modify class, that means this class is there. Somebody changed from 12E to 12F, 12G, something like that. We need to change the class of the student. So that you can do it like same way you ask roll number and ask the class that they want to change. So that we can do it the same way whatever we have done. So I am not going to do this particular option, which is the option 5th option. Okay. Now let us go for search student. So let me go for search student. Now I'll add a new method called def search. Okay, this is a method colon. Now Let us have the, again, we need to search, input the roll number, fine. This we want to search. So how can we search? That's very simple actually. Print, we will say df dot lock of, double bracket I will give, roll number, okay. We are printing. See, whatever the roll number user is entering, we are printing that particular row only. How to print that particular row, okay. So let us say 4 I want, Javad. So if I have 4, df dot lock of 4, it will print this particular row, these df dot lock methods, okay. So then what I will do is I will say here, press enter to continue, fine. Now see that here, if we come here, press enter to continue, we did not successfully exit it. So I have to make sure that before that I run, sometimes it happens. So you don't know, if I run this one, it will not run. Why? Because the previously was not successfully exited. So you are in the loop actually. So press enter to continue. Now what I will do is I will make sure that I will exit. So 0 I will press here, I will press enter. Now it has been exited. I will close this one, close the console, okay. Now once I close the console, let me run this one now. If I run this one, so let me display 1. So everything is okay. My data frame is fine, no issue. Let me press enter to continue. What we did for, okay, we did not call the search method. So let me exit from this. So made an error here. So missed out elif statement over here. So let me copy this over here. Elif, if answer is, what is the choice number? It is search is 6. So make sure don't give 5. 5 is for modify class. That you need to do it. Fine. So let us say modify, search student. So 6. Option is 6. So 6. What is the method? Modify IP. So it is search method. So let me copy the search method. Let me remove this modify IP and it is search method. So what we have done, for if the choice is 6, we are calling the search method. Search method, it will come here and it will print only the single row it will print. Okay, we are asking the roll number. So df dot that particular roll number. So that is positional index. Okay, sorry, not positional index, labeled index. We are giving the roll number labeled index. Lock of labeled index will give the single row. Now let me run this one, close the console, and let us run this one, enter the choice. So let me enter the choice now, 1, okay, we'll move fast now. Now press enter. I need to search what? 4, okay. Let us give the choice as 4, what is the choice now? Search is 6. Enter choice 6. Enter the roll number that we want to search, 4. Now if we say 4, okay, what happened? The roll number Jawad M total 676. So only that particular row has come. Now how to make sure that if that particular row is not there, you need to display error message. So that you just check it out, how you can able to do that one. By using if else condition, you can able to do it. But it's not necessary. Make sure that you just keep it very simple. Okay, keep it very simple. You want very lengthy code, then keep adding other options. Okay, whether it's there or not there. That I don't think that is required at present now. Okay. Now once we have done this one, now we came to the only last 2 is left now. Show bar graph. Okay. Now let me copy. Let me write here bar graph. Define bar underscore graph. So we have this. Fine. Let us do the bar graph. Now bar graph, if you see, I want to display what? Name and IP marks I want to display. I want to display Neba 98. Okay, the bar graph should display 98. Ganga 98, 99. So similarly, Zoya 67. We have Hanin only 15. So the bar graph it should display. So let us plot that one. PLT dot bar, for bar graph it is bar graph. So we need which columns? We need name column and IP column. So how to take DF data frame of name? See, another thing I will tell you one thing. See, we have, I'll just go up. We have data frame we have defined here, right? See this one? We have defined over here. That is why we can able to access DF the entire all the methods we can able to access the data frame, not only the while loop, we can able to access the data frame in the entire methods. All the methods can able to access data frame DF. Why? Because it's a global variable. DF is a global variable. That's why we can able to access. Let me go back to my bar graph. Now I need to give what? The x-axis is name. So DF of name will display only this one, right? Now similarly, if I have to say here data frame of what? IP. So let us plt.show, okay? plt.show. Now we'll do the other things like how to have a title, everything. So see, we did not close last time. Let me press enter, press 0. So we exited. Let me close the console. Now we added the bar graph. Once we have added the bar graph, what we will do? We will call that particular method. Okay. Elif answer is 7. So what is the thing? Bar graph. Let me copy the bar graph method over here. Okay. Now here what I will do is press enter to continue. Okay. So we are just making sure that input function we are adding here. So save it. Now let me run this one. Okay. Now we'll make sure everything is okay. Display is displaying. Enter to continue. Then enter your choice. Bar graph, 7th one. Now if I press enter, bar graph is displayed, but where it is? Under the plots. If you see the spider over here, the plots I have kept here, but make sure that particular plots. Now see here, the details has come over here. Fine. Now this is my Python console and this is the plot. So make sure you have the plot, you will be having plot somewhere here, the console somewhere here, or else if it's not working, what you do is tools, reset spider to factory settings. So then you can able to see your Python console and plots, okay, if you don't see the plots tab. Now once we have done this one, the plot has come, but it is not organized, okay. So what I will do is I will add up some code here for the bar graph. So let me, I will call console, I will come, I'll press enter, I'll make sure I will exit, okay, 0, exit, fine. Now let me to the bar graph. Before plt.show, what I will do is I will add up some of the things here that you know this plt.xlabel, okay, xlabel. So label, let me have title first, okay, plt.title. So title I will display as student IP marks, student IP marks. I can give the font size here. So video is getting lengthy. So please student bear with me. Font size equal to, let me keep 14. Okay. So once we have done, let me copy this so that I don't have to plt.xlabel. So xlabel, x-axis what I want to display? I want to display x-axis student names, okay. Student names, that also font size. Then y, we have y label, I will display IP marks, okay. So that is also font size, this one. Then legend, plt dot legend I can display. Legend is inside the bracket, I will say here I want to display IP. Then I will use lock equal to 1, location 1. I will tell you what is that, okay. Then legend I am displaying. This you know, maybe you know all these things. Now I will say here plt dot xsticks equal to, so I will take df of name, okay. Why I have taken df of name? So I will be displaying the names on the x-axis. So then I will say font size equal to 14. I'll copy this. Now font size not 14, I'll say 12 for the x-axis, 12. Then is there any error? This, no, I don't think so. Then we have font size 14, rotation. I can rotate, rotation equal to 30 degree. Okay. So let me keep it here. Okay. We did. Then I can save the figure. I closed here, that's why. Okay. Let me close it, this error here. Okay. Now, plt dot save fig, I can do save fig. Then I need to what? I need to give C drive where I want to save this particular graph. So I can give that also. So let me give backslash, my backslash is this one. Then you know that C drive IIS is the directory, you remember we created the student. Then I will say here bar 1, okay, bar graph dot PDF I will say. I will save it as a PDF dot PDF, sorry, dot PDF, fine. Now once I have done that one, I hope everything is okay, no error. Now let me run this one now, okay. Let me close the console, let me run this one, no issues, I will not close. Okay, now let me if I press 1, what happens? We got the data frame. Now press enter to continue. Now I will press now 7, okay, option 7. Now you can see there is an error here, X ticks. Oh, I said ticks, okay, can happen. So let me remove this X ticks here and let me run this one. Let me press direct 7 now. Okay, name. Okay, capital N I had to give. Okay, sorry. Name. Okay, DF of name. Let me run this. Now press 7 and you can see, I can go to the plots and check, and you can see students IP marks left side, and these student names we got X label, Y label, we got title, we got legend, left side lock equal to 1, this one lock equal to 2 if you want to display over here. So lock equal to 1 here. You can see the rotation 30. So we said rotation X ticks. We have given DF of name. These names should be in rotation. So now it's looking okay, right? So you can do more makeup for this particular graph. Fine. So we're done with the bar graph. So let us go for another graph called histogram. So let me go to the console, press enter to continue. Now next 0 to exit. Fine. We exited. Let me do the histogram. So let us do histogram. Define histogram is a method that I am using. Okay. Okay. I just pressed. I ran by mistake. I run that program. Anyway, I'm going to continue with this. PLT dot. Let me copy this. This one. PLT dot. So instead of bar graph, what I will do is I will say here hist for histogram. Okay. Hist. So once I have done that one, so histogram. Now I can give here so many other attributes, like bar graph. I can give so many other attributes that I will tell you. Histogram, then I can say X label, Y label. Let me copy all the things, whatever over here. Let me copy these things. Then I will change because it's almost the same thing. So title student IP marks histogram. Okay. So I will say IP marks histogram. That means distribution, mark distribution actually. Histogram, student, it's not student names. Instead of that, I will say marks distribution here. Marks distribution. Fine. Then we have number of students. In Y label, we have number of students. I will explain this. Number of students. Then we have legend we have number of students. Okay, I'll take it as this is different from bar graph, number of students. Okay, I will not give lock. Let us see what it will take. Then X ticks I can mention, don't need X ticks. PLT dot legend, I need to close this one. Let me remove this Xtics, I don't need Xtics. Now saving figure, I will say here hist1, okay, hist1, fine, fine. So I hope everything is okay and you know what to do, okay. I need to come here down, I need to copy paste this, I need to call this particular histogram, fine. We'll call the histogram, answer equal to 8 because histogram, fine. Now bar graph over, then this is what is this? This is histogram. Let me copy that histogram. I will not type this. Histogram, fine. We're calling the histogram. So this is a while loop, it will continue. Anyway, we are done with this. Let me run the program now. I hope everything is okay. Histogram. I need to mention here, wait. I need to mention here, it is not like this bar graph. I need to mention bins, okay. I need to mention bins. So what are the IP marks we have? IP marks is 0 to 100, right? Normally 40, 60, 80, 100. So instead of this df of names, I'll remove the df of names. I have to give df of IP. Then I need to say bins, the mark distribution, okay. I'll explain this. These are the IP marks I am giving and the bins I have given. So once I have done that one, okay, now I need to say here histogram type, histogram type equal to, I need to say bar graph. The histogram type should be of type bar graph. Then I need to say what? Let me write here. There are so many other things we need to mention here. R width. I will tell you what is this R width is equal to 0.6. Okay. So color magenta. So you can give all this color equal to magenta. Magenta. Okay. Okay. We are good with the things. Let us hope there is no error. Let me run this one now. Okay. Let us go directly to the histogram. Number 8. We'll press number 8. And I hope, yes, no error we got. Let us go to the plot. We got a beautiful plot of the histogram here. You can see, you know that IP mark histogram, mark distribution, X label, Y label we got the legend automatically. It has taken the log location equal to 10 or 2. Then we saved the figure, it's there, okay. Then you can see this bins 0, 20, 40, 60, it has taken 0, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, okay. And you can see 1, it is showing 1, 0 to 20. If you see the this one, wait, I will show you this one. 0 to 20, 1 student is there. You can see 15, number 15, Hanin is between 0 to 20, correct? 20 to 40, 1 student. 20 to 40, 1 student, let us say 35, this one, okay? Now 40 to 60, you can see 2 students. 40 to 60, you can see 44 and to 60, okay? You have another one student, 50, 44 and 50. These are the 2 students. So actually the distribution of the mark distribution, like this mark distribution, how many number of students are present in that particular mark distribution? That is histogram. 60 to 80, there are 3 students are there. If you see here, 60 to 80, 3 students are there. And 80 to 100, 3 students are there. If you see 80 to 100 here, there are 3 students are there. So by histogram, we can able to see number of students in that particular range. Okay. So the performance of this particular one student is 15. So that's why histogram we got here. Fine. Now that is a histogram. Let us come back to this particular thing. Okay. Now magenta, we got the color magenta. R width 0.6. Or else it will like you how much width you want. 0.6. You want 0.5. It will be like this. It will display like this. So the width, how much width you want? That is the R width. Yeah, histogram type bar graph it is. So you want other type of graph, you just refer what you want. I need bar graph, so that's why I said Histogram type is of type bar graph, and it has saved here in histogram type. Okay. Now, similarly, I can mention the bar graph other attributes that I will do it later. Now, let us come to the console. Let me press enter. Let me 0 exit. We have done with that. Now, only last part is there, save part, very important part. We are going to export the data frame, whatever we have manipulated, to our CSV file back. So, let us write the save. It's very simple, def, then we have save, then we will open and close parentheses. We are writing a method now for this. So, what is the thing? We need to export this data frame to CSV, to underscore CSV. So, if we done that one, if we have set like this, then I need to give the path. What is the path? C drive. What is the directory name? IIS. You remember? Ideal Indian School, IIS. Then we have given the name of the file is student.s capital, student.csv. Okay, this is the one. Then once we have done that one, I will say one message, print. So what is the thing? Saved successfully. Okay. So I will give one input function here so that it should stop, it should not go ahead until I press enter. Okay. Saved successfully. Fine. Let me save this particular file. Now let me run this one, and I will demonstrate save now. Okay. I hope, let us see. Let us run this one. Now first one, we have we have the data frame from the CSV file. We have 1 to 10. Fine. Now let us press enter. Now we will say 1 or 2. So we'll add a new student. Let us add a new student. Enter the roll number. Let us say 12 and enter the name. Let us say Rizwan, and let us say the gender male, and let us say class 12G, something like this. Then let us say IP marks 100. So we have successfully have been added. Now once we have added, press enter to continue. Now let me save that one. Okay, press 9. Okay, save, and you can see, oh sorry, we did not call save, right? So let me enter 0. Oh, see, this can happen. Now let me enter. That's why it's not calling save button. Sorry, save method. So 9. So I need to say what? Save. I need to say here save. So it's going to call this particular method over here. So let me run it again. Enter my choice. Let us say 2 to add the row. Okay. Enter the roll number. Let me add here roll number. Let us say 12. Let me say Rizwan, and gender M. Then you can see class is 12G. Let us say IP marks 100. Let me enter. So has been added. Let me press enter now. Now enter the choice. Now we have added, right? We have added this. Now let us save this to save it 9, and you can see saved successfully. Press enter to continue. Press enter. Okay. Now what I can do is I will exit. Let me modify marks. Okay. Fourth one I will say. Fourth one. Let us say fifth one. I will modify the IP marks of the fifth roll number to 100. Okay. Let me enter. Press enter to continue. Fine. Now I will say what? 9. I will say save it to PDF. Fine. So it will save successfully. Fine. Okay. Then let me exit now. Okay. Let me exit, and let me go back and check my CSV file whether it has been updated or not. Okay. Let me come to File Explorer, and I have see that the bar graph has come that time. We created, right? We exported. Now you can see here. You can see this has been added, and if you see we have changed 5 to 100, right? The marks 100, and 12 Rizwan has been added. So in this way we can able to, after you're successful all the operations over here, let me go back here, all the things, but after addition, deletion, later part you can save it. Okay, this is the best method like I found. Once you perform addition, deletion, modification, then you can able to save your data back to the CSV file. Fine. Now I told about the histogram, right? Here, I'm sorry, about the bar graph. So I will say here bar graph, let me add here something like width equal to 0.5. Fine. So you can add all these things and check what will happen. Okay. So then you have color equal to blue. So you can say color equal to edge color. All these things you can say color equal to blue. So let me give it in the next one. Color equal to blue. Okay. So similarly, you can say edge color yellow. Edge color, edge color equal to yellow. I hope there is no error in this. Okay. Yellow Y capital I will give. So blue B capital maybe. Okay. Let me run this. Let me, okay, make sure. Okay, let us run. Let me go. Bar graph is what? What is the option? Bar graph option is 7. We go 7, no error. Come to the plots and you can see whatever we have given for the bar graph, it has come over here. See the blue edge color is this one and the width is 0.5. So in this way we can able to, you can modify this particular project and you can don't try to do the same project for your exam. Okay, they'll come to know. So what you do is you can have a similar details and you can add like maths marks. Then you can add like physics, chemistry or business, whatever the marks are there, you can add up, or you can take the library information over here or any other information you can take and you can able to make the project. Okay. All the best. Thank you very much.